Our third contestant today is Miko Green. Miko is the Operations Manager at Hampshire County Council.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. My name is Miko Green. I am Operations Manager for Hampshire County Council, one of the largest shire councils in the country. What I'm here to discuss today is my main project at the moment is working on the relocation of our main data centre in our complex at Winchester. We have currently got a data centre that's been there and evolved gradually over about the last 20 plus years in our current site, and there's a building project that we're currently doing at the moment, which is to refurbish two of our main office buildings in the core of Winchester, and as part of that I'm getting a bespoke data centre, but it's bounded within a lot of boundaries with the amount of space I've got, the amount of power and cooling I will have available in that space. So I'm not getting an infinite amount. I'm not getting any. Basically, I'm not getting any more than I've currently got at the moment. I'm getting a better environment, a better managed environment, better cooling, better power, and things like standby generation, which we haven't actually got in our current suite. So that's what I'm trying to move from. To achieve that, I need to be able to try and use technologies like virtualization, consolidation, application sharing, and anything I can really to reduce the footprint of the current data center, and try and encourage the business to actually use these new technologies as well, rather than going down a traditional route of everyone wanting their own server.
In terms of your current real estate and every man wanting their own server,
yeah.
What does it look like? I mean, what sorts of platforms are we talking about? Are these Windows platforms or a mix?
A lot of Windows platforms. At the moment we have a number of Unix platforms as well, most of those running the large applications at the back end for financial, social care, that sort of application. And we have over 700 Windows servers at the moment as well.
What's your current application estate look like? I mean, how many applications sit on these 700 plus servers?
At the current, over 200. Different applications we have, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And is that 200, is that contained within your current facilities that you're going to move from?
Contained within our current facility.
And have you done any analysis to look at the utilisation of these physical boxes, these 700 boxes that's hosting on this? What does that look like?
The servers we have looked at, obviously, again, we find that a lot of them are only sat there ticking over, say, 10%. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But some of them, we're one of the largest Citrix environments as well in the country. So we supply over 5,000 concurrent desktops via Citrix. So we have quite a large front-end Citrix farm. So that sort of server is already pretty consolidated already. So we've got a real mixture. We've got stuff there which is running application for 5 people, sitting there at 1%, probably CPU utilisation, and then we've got the front-end application servers which are providing desktops for 60-odd people on a single server, which are much higher in their utilisation.
One sort of bit of lower key advice, which is just use less IT. Start switching off more and more applications. You'll need less capacity to serve them the more you can physically switch off. And you may find a technique that I've used in the past quite useful. Just go into the machine room and switch off servers and wait to see who complains. Physically switching them off, because often when you do an inventory and say who uses the stuff, people say they will. And strategically just switching off servers and waiting to see who complains. Use less IT.
I'll just trying to think how I'm going to raise the change control for that one.
Yeah, talking about capacity now.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your advice and help.
So, Miko, you've heard the advice from our pITstop panel now. Any ideas what they might set you as your challenge to take away?
I have no idea, and I'm not terrified, but I'm anxious and awaiting it with interest. Hello again, gentlemen.
Hello, Miko. First of all, I'd like to say that you are in an almost unique situation. It's not often, we come across IT managers that's got the luxury of moving into a brand new data center facility where you've got a clean sheet of paper to work from. So the decisions that you make right now is going to be absolutely vital for the success of your program going forward over the next 12 to 18 months. And it's clear that you have an application estate that you need to move and migrate into this new facility. And looking at some of the data that you've given us, we would make the assumption, I think, that some of the utilisation of your physical boxes you've got right now are possibly not anywhere near where they should be. And if you look at the data that you gave us, 700 Windows boxes supporting 200 applications, you're nowhere near maxing out these boxes. And couple that with a whole range of other hardware assets that you've got to get into this new facility. Our challenge to you is to come up with an application migration strategy for each of these applications that you've got. And by that we mean you've got to look at what is the utilization of a particular application. Sometimes you'd be best off just to switch it off and actively end of life that application. Some applications will be very well suited to move into your virtual infrastructure environment. Yeah. Some applications you will want to leave as a standalone. And what we'd want to see is go and use some tools such as BMC Patrol, something in that nature that gives you a clear picture of what your utilization is right now, and make some decisions on what your target architecture is going to be as you make that migration into the new facility. And in conjunction with that, if you actually look at defining your target architecture for your virtual infrastructure as well, and make some decisions on what is the optimum platform for you. So that's a challenge to you. Come back to us with that clear application migration strategy for each of your applications right now.
I accept your challenge.
Good.
Thank you very much.